names in international education loans for international students. Our partnership is almost 3 to 4 years old, and then there were a couple of years when the French higher education system and was not allowing international students to take loans outside France or outside their native countries. But now there are no such restrictions. So all the students from India, Pakistan, South Asia, different countries where Prodigy Finance assistance is provided, all of you can actually apply for your loans. So we have already shared the application link with all of you in the aspirants and admits group. The Prodigy Finance information is already on our KEDGE Business School website as well. The link is also there. If you still don't have it, we'll be happy to share it after this. We'll also be sharing the recording with all of you. If you have any questions at any point in time, please post in the chat so Mayank would be able to answer your questions. And obviously, at the end of the session, you would be able to ask any questions in person to Mayank. Regarding Mayank, Mayank is Partnership and Growth Manager from Prodigy Finance. So Mayank, over to you. We have two kinds of students, students who are in their application state and students who have already secured their acceptance at KEDGE Business School. So that's around 90 odd students. This recording is going to be shared with all of them. At the moment, we are around 8 students, but we expect more students in a couple of minutes from now. So Mayank, over to you.
Thanks a lot, Rag, for having me. I'll just take you through the flow. I'll speak about some thing about what Prodigy is, how we do our things, how we work around, and then probably take you guys through our product offering, our processes, and at the end we can, as you mentioned, take up the Q&A. Thank you. We'll just begin talking something about Prodigy. So we have been in market from 2007, primarily they initially to when our founders recognized that there is a need for somebody to look beyond the traditional measures of a collateral or a co-signer or a guarantor or general documentation to which the general student don't really have an access to. The idea was to use technology as a forefront at the forefront to make sure the lending became more accessible to the students. We have been like till now funded more than 42,000 students, majority of which comes from Africa, various emerging market, which you also spoke about. It's not only limited to Indian students, but across the globe, there are different nationalities we support, be it from Pakistan, Bangladesh, South Asia, other respective emerging markets as well, we do cater to. So that is how we have been structuring Prodigy around to make sure it is accessible to most of the people who are looking for a sustainable lender. Till now, we have funded more than 2 billion of USD and supported more than 150 nationality across. We are headquartered in UK. We have our offices in Cape Town, US and India. Also, we are working across India, the BD or the business development team, which I am part of, sits in India. And that is how we have been structured geographically. I'll take you guys through what Prodigy offers to you, and then we can take down to the process part. As I told you, Prodigy Finance is basically a lending organization which will help you scale through your challenges for an education fund, primarily looking at master students. As of now, we are not supporting uh, bachelor students. Our focus is on full-time masters. What we do is at Prodigy, we offer year-wise loan. For example, if you're going for a 2-year program, for year one, you will get confirmed offer. For year two, you will get a conditional offer. If you like to come back and claim it in second year, you can do that. If you don't want, you're happy with the year one offer, you can continue to do so. Almost all our loan are non-collateral and non-cosigner. We don't need anybody to co-sign your loan application. You can do it yourself. We don't need any collateral to support your loan. Just based on your profile, you can move ahead and secure your loan. There are no repayment. There is no repayment during the course. The repayment will begin 6 months after course completion. So you'll get full moratorium during, say, if you're going for a 1-year program, your repayment will begin after 18 months. There are no prepayment charges. There are no charges for paying off your loan early. There are no charges for closing off your loan early. There are no extra charges available. Only two charges are there. One is a 4% admin fee that is added to your loan offer once you take the disbursement, and there is a $500 processing fee which will be charged at the time of loan approval. The process is completely online. You don't have to go anywhere. Just sit in front of your system, get your application link from KEDGE, enter your referral code, and just go through it. You will be able to do it within 15-20 minutes. You'll be able to get your provisional offer. The offer would contain everything: the loan amount, the rate of interest, the tenure. If you like the offer, you can move ahead. So that is how it has been structured for now. I'll take you guys through the basic eligibility part. So the first foremost eligibility, you should be attending to a course or college which we support. KEDGE is already supported. That is like already taken care of. You should be resident of 150 countries we support. You should be going for your master's program. So please make sure that these are eligibility criteria to apply. However, it is not the eligibility criteria to getting an approval. Approval will be based on your own profile or the kind of amount you get, at what rate you get, if you get or not, you don't get. That will be completely based on your profile. However, if you fulfill these criteria, you will be eligible to apply with Prodigy. Now, once you fulfill all the eligibility criteria, you can click on the application link provided and get yourself registered. After registration, you'll be asked to enter a referral code. You can put that. Once you have entered everything, you'll be prompted to answer a series of questions. Question will be like, where are you going? Which course are you choosing? Are you employed, not employed? Have you ever taken a loan? Have you ever defaulted on a loan? Do you have some assets? Do you have some investments? Do you have some savings? What is the amount you yourself are contributing towards your application? So these are a set of questions which will help us understand your profile better. Make sure you enter all the information correctly, and then we will give you year-wise offer. As I told you, the offer will include everything: the loan amount, the rate of interest, the tenure, the EMI amount. Everything will be given. If you like the offer, only then accept it and then move forward. Once after your acceptance, you will be prompted to upload certain documents. So there are few mandatory documents like your college offer letter, your proof of current address where you are living, your local credit report. These are the mandatory documents. Other than that, if you're working, you will provide us with your work experience proof. If you have got some scholarship, you will provide us proof of scholarship. If you are showing some saving from the family or friends, you're taking some money, you'll show us that. I'll just give you an example. For example, your total tuition fee is, let's say, $20,000, and we are funding you 15,000. Then we will ask you from where are you going to arrange the remaining 5,000. For that, you need to show a proof that will be counted as proof of balance fund or non-debt funds. So once all the documents are provided, we will evaluate those documents, and within 5 to 6 working days, we'll come back to you with the final approval. At the time of final approval, you will be matched to your application. Matching is just basically allocating funds from our pool to yourself. That is known as a matching process. Once matching is done, we will ask you to pay the processing fee, and you can generate the loan approval letter then and there. Once the loan approval is done, you can provide us detail of your disbursements. When are you traveling? When are you looking for the release of amount? And then we can basically provide you with a contract which you can read and sign digitally. Once that is done, we can release the amount directly to your college. Both tuition and living will be released directly to the college. Now, for example, if I have released 20,000 to your college and 15,000 is the fee, then you can ask the college that there is an excess of 5,000 which they can transfer to your local bank account in France itself. So please be make note this, like the disbursement will happen 2 weeks prior to your class start date. We can't release money before that. That is how the whole process is structured. Once the disbursement is done, your EMI will begin 6 months after course completion. That is a tenure 6 months after. Once you have completed the course, you will start repaying the loan till the time of the loan tenure you have chosen. You want to pay off early, you can definitely do that. do that without any extra hassle. We won't charge you for your prepayment. We won't charge you for foreclosing of your loan. I'll take a pause here. I'll take up some questions, then we can move ahead.
All right, perfect. Thanks, Mayank. We have a couple of questions. The first question is from Himanshu, who says Prodigy Finance does not cover 100% of fees. Is that true?
Himanshu, it was partially true, but we have started covering living expense as well. Till last intake, we were not supporting living expense, particularly for KEDGE. We have we have started including living expense for France for now. We were not doing it earlier. So yes, it is partially correct, but now we are supporting it. But it depends on your overall profile, what sort of amount you get. As a capping point, now we are supporting 100% cost of attendance, both tuition and living.
Thanks, Mayank. There's another question in the aspirants group. The question is related to the credit history. Do you also look at the credit history of individual students and their parents?
Yes, we do that. I'll come back to the parent part because we are also looking at a new co-signer option. I'll come back to after this Q&A. I'll share that details as well. But on the right now for this product, we do take into consideration the credit history of student.
Okay, perfect. Thanks, Mayank. Does anybody else have any other questions? Please raise your hand. If you don't have any questions, you can also write your questions in the chat box. Unless anything else, Mayank, that you want to share, meanwhile we wait for any questions.
Just give me a moment.
Yeah. Anyone, any final questions? This is your last chance to connect with Prodigy Finance team. Of course, you would be in touch with us. You have links, you have presentation, you have everything with you, but this is your last chance to speak directly to the Prodigy Finance team. So if you have any questions on your behalf, on anybody else's behalf, please raise your hand or ask right now in the chat. Okay, I don't think we have any questions, Mayank. Do you want to add something, Mayank?
Yes. Two more things.
Yeah.
One is like, please use this referral code. This is like unique to UPR. So
Yeah.
please prompt the student to use the referral code basically with the link they are using.
Sure.
Also, we have launched a new product which is known as a co-signer product, a bit different from our standard product which I just explained. I'll just give me a minute. I'll take you guys through that as well. That will help you understand the product better.
Yeah.
Is my screen visible?
Yes.
So we are coming up, we have just launched a co-signer product, whereas we are also giving you an option to add your parents or siblings or spouse as a co-signer, which means they can co-guarantee your loan, and in return, we will be able to provide you with a reduced rate of interest. That is the benefit we want to give it to you. For example, if somebody has applied to Prodigy, he will now see two options based on his or her profile. If he chooses to go with his own, he can click on my own and get the standard option. If he wishes to click with cosigner, he will see a reduced rate of interest than the previous offer, but he will be needed to provide a cosigner to support the loan. Now, who can be a cosigner? Your parents, your spouse, your siblings can be a cosigner. They should be maximum at the time of application 60 years. The maximum is accepted. They should have an income of 55,000. They should be able to supply proof of savings, proof of identity, proof of residence, proof of income in a credit report. So these are the basic requests for a cosigner to be added to the loan. Once the student clicks on a cosigner option, he will be basically prompted to provide the email ID of a cosigner, wherein he can provide us the details. we will send a link to the cosigner email asking him to verify, and then both the signer and the cosigner can upload the documents and get them verified. Similar process follow that it was for standard option. The changes that will take places, one is that you will get a reduced rate of interest. The loan amount can be potentially higher based on income of the cosigner. The application time will take a fair bit of time, a more bit of time, because the cosigner doc need to be reviewed. This is answer to your previous question which you have put in the chat, that if you choose this product, we will review the credit history of the cosigner. If you take the standard option, we won't review credit history of the cosigners. This responsibility is shared. This, if you take the cosigner option, the cosigner needs to pay $100 fee, $100 every month as a partial interest towards the loan part. Whereas in the standard option, there is full moratorium. We don't need to pay anything during the course. So these are the few basic differences in the cosigner option. If somebody is looking for an reduced rate of interest, he can choose the cosigner option. If you're fine with the rate of interest being offered in the standard option, don't want to share your responsibility, don't want to add people to your loan, happy to choose the standard option. The rates are even competitive there.
Right. Thanks, Mag. There's two questions. One is from Himanshu. What is the minimum interest rate in both cases?
So the cosigner, the rate starts from 8.35, and with the without cosigner option, the minimum rate starts from 9.35. There is a 1% difference, 1.25% difference you'll get in both the options.
Understood. Mehak says, what is the standard range of interest in both cases? So she wants to know what is the
I,
maximum range. You talked about minimum.
so the maximum range will be up to 14, depending on what sort of product you choose. And then we also denote the rates in APR, as you know. At Prodigy, this is the special feature you get. You'll be able to understand your rate in APR. APR basically represent your total cost of borrowing. If you want to compare a rate with an Indian lender, they'll only show you interest rate. With Prodigy, you will get both the option. You will see interest rate as well as your APR, which will include the total cost of borrowing. It could include, like for example, if you take in from an Indian lender, apart from interest rate, there will be insurances, there will be processing fee, there will be forex conversion. If you club everything, your total cost of borrowing increases, but they will never show you what is your actual total cost of borrowing. But with Prodigy, you will see both the option, the total cost of borrowing as well as the interest rate you are paying.
Right. Thanks, Mayank. Anybody else? Any other quick questions? Mayank, while we wait for any final questions, what is your key recommendation to all the students? Besides, of course, applying early, what is your key recommendation to all the students?
See, at present, my recommendation is like France is a very upcoming destination. You've seen the kind of restriction countries are imposing nowadays. You've seen what's happening with US, what you've seen, what's happening with other destination. Canada is suffering. UK itself, the job prospects are not that great. So if you made up your mind, don't wait for like other things to follow, or don't at least keep your options open. Make your secure your admission, get your funding sorted. At least you will be in line to make your decision quickly. So that will help you in the overall journey, I guess.
Right. There's one final question from Zion who says, what is the duration of approval process?
The initial provisional offer, you can get within 24 hours if you have completed everything. Once you have uploaded all the documents, after that, we'll take 5 to 6 working days to come back to you with the final approval.
Right. And as you mentioned now, Prodigy also supports cost of living.
100%, yes.
Okay. All right, perfect. Thank you, Mank. I think this is a very interesting proposition for our students who can actually get a loan on the basis of KEDGE offer letter, both, of course, with their guarantor, without guarantor, up to them. You have explained the rate of interest as well. They are very interesting. You mentioned the initial approval process, which is barely 24 hours. And of course, once they upload the documents, it might get final approval in 5 to 6 working days. We strongly recommend Prodigy Finance applications to all of you and your friends and family members who are planning to go abroad this year. This is very important because the visa applications are open and you would need a loan sanction letter. Regardless of the financial organization you go with, you need a loan sanction letter to apply for visa. You cannot apply for your visa without financial proof. So my recommendation to all of you would be that you apply tonight on the Prodigy Finance website. The referral code has already been provided by Mayank. We have recorded this session. We will share the recording with all of you and others who are not able to join in today. With that, thank you so much, Mayank. It's been a wonderful time listening to you, seeing your presentation, very thorough, very detailed. And we would come back to you if there are any student queries on email. And of course, we look forward to student applications on your website as well.
Perfect, perfect. Prayag. Thanks for having me. It was lovely interacting with you, like always. Just to keep a note, like guys, you don't wait to get your admit. Even if you have thought in your mind that you want to go to KEDGE, make your application. We don't need your documentation to apply. You can apply and get your provisional offer. Only after that you need to upload the documents. So at least check your eligibility, get your provisional offer, get yourself sorted, and then once you get a confirmed admit, then upload the documents.
Well, this is very interesting, man. Thank you so much. And thank you so much, everyone, for joining today and connecting with us for a Prodigy Finance webinar. We look forward to more such sessions in future. Thank you, man. Thank you, everyone. Have a wonderful evening.
Thank you. Thanks, guys, for having me.
Thank you.